Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's Logan from Calling Our Shot, back with some more MLB picks on this Sunday, June 6th. Guys, I ain't messing around anymore. Let's make some money. Let's get back on track today. If by any chance this is your first video and you're watching, I do the MLB picks daily, and we really need your help to continue to grow this channel. You guys killed it with the subs yesterday. Can we get to 6,000 by the end of today? Absolutely. Right now, we're sitting at 5934 subs. So mash that subscribe button if you already aren't subbed. You know, Austin and I really appreciate it. We can't go to the moon without you guys. And speaking of going to the moon, the people that are already in the rocket ship about to launch off are our COS All-Stars. These people all over the screen are the absolute best. And you guys support Austin and I. You know, welcome to the new community. Delonte and Deloy Jenkins Jr., Austin and I really appreciate you guys. Again, if you're interested in becoming a COS All-Star, either click the join button next to our channel name or the first link in the description. Now, quickly, let's recap yesterday. I know, I want to forget about it. We've been on a little bit of a cold streak recently. If this is your first video and you're just watching it, you might think I'm just the worst MLB bettor on the planet. I promise you I'm not that bad. If the people that were watching these videos in May will definitely tell you we had a great run in May. Once the calendar flipped to June, it's been awful for us, but we're going to get it back on track eventually, right? Woodruff strikeout total over. That was a win. Thank goodness. We really needed that. San Diego no-run first inning again. That was a must-have. I was sweating so bad. I was like, I can't lose a NRFI at terrible value, right? That was a win. Thank goodness. Boston first five. That was an L. They decided to score all their runs in the sixth inning. Of course, right? Astros team total, that was an L. Astros did not bring the bats yesterday. They had chances, but they didn't bring the bats. Chicago White Sox run line, of course, they end up losing outright to the Tigers, right? That's exactly how it was. Season high strikeouts for the White Sox yesterday. Man, made me want to punch a hole through this drywall, right? Orioles under first five. John Means got injured very early on. Again, no holes in the drywall yet, but another bad day, and maybe there is. Maybe we'll see a patch there tomorrow, but I doubt it, because today we're giving away winners. We're getting back on track. And where are we starting? A's versus Rockies. Yes, A's money line -112. I love the value on this one, guys. The A's are just flat out the better team. Caprielian is on the mound for Oakland. 4.02 earned runs in each of his last three starts. He's been okay. I don't love the 4, but the 0 and the 2 will certainly do it against the Rockies today. Marquez on the mound. 1.10 earned runs in each of his last three starts. Yeah, I mean, Marquez is definitely one of the better pitchers the Rockies can offer, but I definitely think Oakland's still able to hit them. Oakland, 17-8 away this year. Great away record, surprisingly, right? 23-14 as a favorite. You know, I definitely, the favorite Oakland A's today are looking really, really tempting on that money line, right? If it's a trap, well, I'm falling right in. Colorado, by comparison, 16-31 as an underdog this year. Yeah, I mean, the Rockies have been stinking it up. If you kept betting their money line when they're underdogs for value, well, you probably are living in a cardboard box, because it's not a great bet to make. But I do definitely like the A's money line at this value. Again, I kind of expect them to lose flat out today, but you know, guys, we're looking for value and we're looking for winners. I'll hitch my wagon to the A's. Colorado, lastly, Colorado's bullpen, a stat that should make you feel great about this pick, even though I just said I expect them to lose probably, right? 5.53 bullpen ERA for the Colorado Rockies. That's 29th in the majors. Again, all the stats say A's, A's, A's. And that's why we're riding with them. Sometimes just don't overthink it. We need some winners, and that's why we're going with it. Moving on to our next pick, Dodgers versus Braves, the over 8 at -118 odds. I want to shout out Ronak in the Discord for this. By the way, if you're not in our Discord, what are you doing? Go join the link in the description for that as well. He kind of gave me this pick and turned my attention to it, and it is a really solid pick to make today. You know, this total has hit already in both matchups. And who's on the mound today? I mean, Bauer is on the mound. And I mean, if you're looking at Bauer and you're like, yeah, that scares me, this is going to be a low-scoring game. Well, Bauer gives up the home run, and that's kind of the Braves' specialty, especially playing at home. I think Bauer's poised to give up some home runs today. And who's on the other side of the mound? Fried, 5 earned runs in his most recent start. Yeah, I mean, if he's getting blitzed against other teams, Dodgers bats definitely can get to Fried today. And lastly, Atlanta's bullpen, 27th in ERA. Yeah, they've been stinking it up too. When the Atlanta bullpen comes in, they're liable to give up runs. That's why all signs are pointing to the over 8 in this one. I mean, yes, I know Bauer's on the mound. I've went head-to-head with Bauer before, picked against him, and we've been profitable. So, you know, once again, Bauer, you're probably going to give up some runs today. Cash that over for us. Moving on to our next pick, Astros versus Blue Jays. Astros money line plus 100. I know, guys, don't turn off the video quite yet, but I have this trend where I've been really profitable this year betting against the Blue Jays after they just won. Yeah, I mean, Toronto looked great yesterday, right? Every single time Toronto does this, I'm tempted to pick them the next game, and then they lay another egg, right? Toronto doesn't win back-to-back games. They won yesterday and looked impressive doing it, but we have two great offenses on this. Astros, they just had so many chances to capitalize, to put those runners in scoring position, convert them into runs, and they didn't capitalize on those opportunities. I say they do it today. Who's on the mound for them? Garcia, 1-0, 2 earned runs in each of his last 3 starts. Pretty solid, right? Matt's on the other side of the mound, 2-1-5 earned runs in each of his last 3. The 5 is something more of, to be expected, especially at that mini park, right, guys? Should be, a higher scoring game. I think the bats get to Mats. Yes, it rhymes, and that's why we're rolling with Astros money line plus 100. I love the value. Once again, I definitely think they stand a good chance of winning today. Moving on to our next pick, Diamondbacks versus Brewers. Yes, I'm taking 2 player props today. This is the first one of them. Burns strikeout total over 7.5, minus 133 odds. I love this one, guys, because if you've been following this Brewers versus D-backs series, the Brewers pitchers have been having a field day with them. See what Woodruff and Peralta just did. 9 Ks each for them both. Yes, I mean that's great if you're trying to cash a strikeout total over. And Burns is definitely on par with those 2 pitchers. What has he done in each of his last 3? 7, 9 strikeouts. Yeah, I mean the 7 is gonna miss it by a hook, but these Diamondbacks have been really swinging a miss this series, right? They're 18th in Ks, so definitely way back of the pack. And Burns, he will go 6 innings pitched. He's went 6 innings pitched in each of his last 3 starts. Yeah, I mean, all the signs are pointing to this one having a really good chance of cashing today. And let's move on to our next player prop. Unfortunately, I don't have a line for him, but that's okay. Tigers versus White Sox. I'm taking Jose Ureña's strikeout total under, and I don't care what the line is. Make it 1.5. I don't care. Why do I say 1.5? That's just extremely low and disrespectful. Well, we gotta look at some of these stats. First of all, I think the line might actually be a little higher than most people expect, just because of what Chicago just did yesterday versus Skubal. Skubal had a field day striking out those Chicago White Sox batters. I told you they just struck out the most all season. And Skubal's not a strikeout specialist, but they sure made him look like one, right? Chicago's 14th in Ks. I expect yesterday to kind of be a little bit of an anomaly, and then to get the bats going today. I'm not picking their outcome, even though I expect them to probably win by 10 runs today. I'm not picking their outcome because what they just did to me yesterday hurt me, right? April 27th, when these 2 teams faced, Ureña went 7 innings, which is great. You're like, I bet he got a bunch of strikeouts. Nope, 2. Yes, I mean 2 strikeouts in 7 innings. Yeah, he's a pitch to contact pitcher. That's what he does. He does not strike out anybody. So if you're looking at the line and you're like, wow, that's a little high, definitely hammer that under with me. 2, 1, and 1 strikeouts in each of his last 3 starts. Guys, I know these numbers look kind of unreal for a pitcher. I mean, he just doesn't strike anybody out. And he's went 5 2/3, 6 and 2 2/3 innings pitched in each of his last 3. He's all over the place as far as giving up earned runs, giving up hits. It's what he does. And you know what? I'm banking on the White Sox bats to get to him today. That's why we're hammering his under, whatever it comes out to be. Like I said, it could potentially be 3.5, 4.5. I don't know. That number wouldn't surprise me, but I'm still hammering the under just because of what he's done recently. Moving on to our next pick, Reds versus Cardinals. Yes, NRFI Nation time. Yeah, minus 105. This one's got great value in my opinion, but you don't have to ride it with me. Again, I don't want people coming from my head on this no run first thing. It's meant to be a fun bet, right? This is why we're NRFI Nation. We have fun. If you're putting your mortgage or you're putting your next rent check on a no run first inning bet, that's not something I'd advise doing because it's way more of a dart throw bet than any of the other bets I make. You just cannot predict 3 outs. You can try, which is what we try to do, right? Miley versus Gant is on the mound. Both of these pitchers were solid in their April matchup. I mean, the final score was 2-0. I mean, it was a really low scoring game. Cincy, 23rd in first inning runs. St. Louis, yes, they're 4th in first inning runs. That is a little high, which is what scares me. And I also think that's why the odds are only minus 105. I mean, Good. Guys, we're looking for value. There is no obvious no-run first inning out there that I can find. I mean, there's no DeGrom like yesterday, which was just such an obvious one that we just had to hammer. There isn't one of those today, but, in the comments below, you can certainly let me know which no-run first innings you're playing, because, this is why we're Nerfy Nation. We bounce ideas off of each other, and hopefully we cash it today. Last pick, guys. It's a pick that I'm doing on my own, but if you can tail it if you want. Given my recent track record, if you want to totally ignore it, I understand. The bonus pick is Pirates money line against the Marlins. I love the value at plus 118, and I know, given the stretch that I've been on, you might not want to tail it, but I've seen some really encouraging signs from the Pirates. They've been really offensively challenged, but they're red hot. Their bats are red hot. Frazier and all those boys have been swinging really well. I definitely think they can put up some runs today at home. They've been playing really inspired baseball at home, and it's a pick that I want to make. And if you don't want to make it, that's fine. I know we normally do the 6 picks, which is how I stick to, but this is a little bonus pick, and maybe we try to win back a unit, right? No parlay of the day, because it's just been a parlay of L's recently. So let's recap the picks one last time, though. A's money line, Braves game over 8, Houston money line, Burns strikeout total over, Uranus strikeout total under, no run first inning in Reds versus Giants. And if you want to tail me on that Pirates money line pick, go ahead and do so. Thank you for calling our shot. You guys have been the absolute best. I know we've been in a rut recently, but we're going to break out of it. We're going to win some money today. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.